morning dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you. A multi-award-winning filmmaker, has starred in over 40 featured films and TV shows, and starred with actors such as Tom Sizemore, Tara Reid, and John Savage. And what a better day to have him on, because he's actually got a show on right now, Tales of the Tale, and it's National Nude Day. So that being said, good morning.
What an intro.
There you go.
He
Harley
hung up.
Wallen, how are you, brother?
Hey, I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. I do got to give you a quick correction, though. It is Tale of Tales.
Tale?
It's the story about tales, so to speak, which makes sense when you realize the setting of the series itself.
Okay, when you talk about Tales of Tales, is this like your tales of, was your stories of like fannies?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, Lord, man.
So, yeah, so that's the thing. Much of the story takes place inside of a strip club, and it's a really intriguing story and script for sure.
I can only imagine. I know Packy's all excited when he heard about that. He's calling 911 right now. So, but now what is your part in this series that's being the Tale of Tales?
Yeah, so I got approached by the original creator, Tavis Markham, to play the lead in the pilot for the TV series, and he came to me with the role to play Nick, the guy who owns the strip club, and even though I really liked the role, it was a bit one-dimensional at first, because the entire story was, Nick, my character, was almost like Breaking Bad, where the entire thing rested on his shoulders. And I said, this is really good, but I think we need a little bit more multidimensional. When you're talking an independent series,
right.
I thought it would be a better idea to spread it out over a few characters and think about what do we want for an audience and who do we want to attract and how do we do that. So we added elements from shows that we all really love, to make it a little bit more complete and multidimensional. So we have a really nice, big, strong biker element in there because we have a couple people that were giant Sons of Anarchy fans. We added a big police component because a lot of people really like the crime shows, and we thought that would be a nice teeter-totter to have the police involved. And then my character, who plays, like I said, the owner of the strip club itself. And Nick manages to get himself in all kinds of trouble. So it's somewhere like the Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, Ozark. That's kind of the vibe you get, but a little bit of a broader cast. I guess that's the way to put it.
I'm gonna tell you, I love Better Call Saul, man. I
did too.
Yeah, I love that. Now, where is this being shot? Where did y'all shoot this? And I mean, where do you live at?
I'm in Michigan, about 45 minutes north of Detroit. So pretty much everything was shot in and around Detroit.
Right.
That's a good
honestly,
setting,
that's
though.
where I shoot almost all of my films as well.
Now you've got quite a few films out there that you have written, produced.
Yeah.
But now you're from Sweden, right?
Yes, indeed.
It's a beautiful place. I've actually got some friends that live in Sweden, believe it or not, and
you should visit. Have you visited yet?
they're begging me to come over.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go one of these days. But it's a long drive, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a great place, and Swedish people are pretty laid back. If you're a food corner store when you travel, Sweden is a great spot. Has all kinds of good food, and I don't know if you like the blonde and blue eyes, but there's still a fair amount of those.
Well, I know one thing. They had this thing breakfast they fixed one morning, some kind of like fish, something. I don't know.
They do a lot of fish.
Wow, I could not even.
Oh.
I mean, I love potted meat, and I couldn't take it, man. I don't know what it was, but
I'm pretty sure it's called lutefisk.
that sounds right.
And it's absolutely gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, "This is
my
so
God.
good." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Of course, Steven's connoisseur
No.
ends at fried chicken. You have to understand.
Yeah, I'm
if
Baptist.
It's not fried.
Yeah, I'm Baptist.
Yeah.
Gee.
That sounds good. I'd rather eat the fried chicken myself.
I'm with you, man. I guarantee it. So now you travel. You went from Sweden over here and started in the. How did you go from? I mean, you were in the movies in Sweden, I guess, too, and then you come over here to America.
Yeah. No, it was actually that was the reason why I left. I felt like in Sweden at the time, I didn't want to say that I was typecast, but at the time I was a professional fighter and I was a break dancer. I had long hair, and the thing I had done before I started acting was I released a couple of songs, took it to the Cannes Music Festival, and it didn't quite go over the way I thought it was. So it was an interesting switch for me to switch to acting. But when I started acting, I realized how limited the audience is in Sweden and in Swedish.
Right.
It's getting better now with the dubbing and subtitles and stuff. But I wanted a bigger audience, so that was why I made the big jump.
Well, that's a big jump. Now you are Jiu-Jitsu. Am I saying that right? Tae Kwon Do and black belt in karate.
Yeah. I'm a 5th degree black belt in Judo, 1st degree in Jiu-Jitsu and Taekwondo, and undefeated professional mixed martial artist, retired now. But yes.
Wow. That's some serious. That mixed martial art. Ain't no way I'd want to get in a ring with you.
Can we have a cage match with you and Steven? I think we could draw a lot
Maybe
of
with
money
the
for
break
charity.
dancing. We could do like a break dancing match between me and you, because I guarantee you, most
That'd be
time when
probably more entertaining at this point for sure.
when I dance, I normally break something. I about throw the hip out one time. I torque. I don't tweak. Is it called tweaking or I torque, baby?
That's funny. Yeah, I actually got to pull out my breakdancing skills in. We had made a family movie a few years ago that had a lot of success called Bennett's Song.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a rom-com family film, and we made a sequel to that just came out last Christmas called A Bennett Song Holiday. And one of the things in that script was because I play the dad of all these, I think 16 kids. And yeah, it's a cheaper by the dozen on steroids. But so I did that, and there was a breakdancing scene in it. So that was kind of funny because I had to figure out if I still had any of that left in me, and there was a little bit left.
Yeah. You do all the spinny stuff on the floor. Can you do that where you just spin and spin and spin and spin and spin?
Yep. Yeah, that was actually one of the things. They did not Final Cut make the all of that, but the windmill and stuff. I was actually the second person in Sweden to learn how to do that.
Wow. So I don't know. I didn't realize breakdancing was a big thing in Sweden.
It was back then, yeah. When I was a kid growing up, it was a big thing, and we used to actually compete all around. Quincy Jones' son, Quincy Jr., lives in Stockholm, Sweden, and he was a big break dancer. So we used to hang out at his house a lot and do this stuff. And it definitely became big, especially in the cities.
That's crazy. Well, this show that you've got out right now, Tales of Tales, is on right now. So if these folks want to go check this out and see you do your acting, where do they need to go view this?
So we got an exclusive deal with Tubi, and I don't know how much you know about Tubi. It's a streaming site. They got bought out by Fox last year, so now it's back with Fox and Disney money. So Tubi is actually a really, really good place for streaming, and it's free, which is also a big plus. And they're really starting to get great content. And we were super excited to get an exclusive with them. So right now you can find Telltales on Tubi, and what's nice about the streaming is you don't have to wait for a specific time for it to be on. You don't have to wait for next week for the next episode. It's all right there.
Yeah, that's the thing. I get set down on some of this stuff. I can't get away. I just sit there and watch the whole thing. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We've had actually a lot of people do it because the show. We saw Cobra Kai and we saw Schitt's Creek both do really, really well with that 20-minute episode setup. So we went that same route, and I could not tell you how many people are saying they binged it in some in 2 days.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. How many episodes do you have of that out right now?
We only have 8 episodes.
Okay.
And we have some of the later episodes are closer to 25 minutes, but it's literally 3 hours of programming, and that's pretty much like watching a Marvel movie.
Right.
So you can binge the whole thing, and it'll be almost the same experience. But I like that you can bite it off into chunks because 20 minutes is a really nice serving size. You can give it a try, and if you don't like it, you lost 20 minutes rather than the 45 to an hour, which a lot of shows are, where you have to hand over a lot of time.
Yeah,
Right.
You're right about that. We kind of got something in common, though, because you're actually in this movie. You're the strip club owner, and I was in a movie called The Devil to Play, and I got killed by the strip club owner, so there we go.
Small world.
Small world, man. We might be kin.
It was the worst death scene ever.
It was not.
It was.
I kept saying, tell my mom I love her, and then I'd pass out. Then I'd come back and tell my dad where the keys to the cars at, and then I'd pass back out.
That's funny.
Oh, well.
So do you do a lot of acting?
No, I was just happened to be there, and they needed somebody really cheap, and so there I was.
And they needed your cars.
Oh,
I need my cars, but anyway, I was, I just kind of fell into that. But it was a lot of fun, and I got to know a lot of people doing that. But no, I'm not an actor by all means. By all means, I'm not. I don't look like Brad Pitt. If I looked like Brad Pitt, I'd be all right. But I'm more of a Jack Nicholson look. You know what I'm saying? It's just not in. Yeah. So anyway,
that's all right though. You need all kinds of people on screen. It can't just be Brad Pitt's all over the screen, because then Brad Pitt wouldn't be anything.
It'd be boring. You need character.
Yeah.
Need character.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of what character Steven could play. Right now, Humpty Dumpty is the only thing coming to mind. But
That's all right. I can do
Oh,
it.
that's funny.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Well, we got to get to a break, man. And another thing here that I noticed about you is you're a family man. You've got a family pretty tight with that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, no, I definitely love that. The family side of me is big, and being an actor and a filmmaker, not only do I get to be home with wife and kids, but I get to be the one that's kind of racing them. And last year with COVID, I was the one, taking care of them with their schooling and everything else. So that's a big old blessing. I love being a husband and a dad. Those are fantastic things.
Yep, absolutely. Well, man, we sure appreciate you sharing this with us. We're going to check out this TV show and keep up with you, and we'll get you back on, and let us know when you got something else going on. Love to hear more about it.
You got it, yeah.
You seem like
we're actually negotiating a big release right now for Ash and Bone, a horror film of ours, and we're getting pretty close. So I'll keep you in touch and let you know.
All right, you got my number. We'll talk to you later, brother.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right.
He's a pretty interesting fella.
Oh, yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.